Fish Podcast. I'm Ryan. We would do that at the end.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I'm Josh. I'm the other guy.
All right. We got that out of the way. Anyway.
Yeah, that worked.
Anyway, we're back. The dark ages of January are over.
Yes, and now we're beginning to the middle ages of February.
It's true. So we're here with the newest big release. Everybody knew we were going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone.
We're
here to talk about Black Panther, but I'm sure there's some other things we want to talk about as well.
Yeah, maybe.
But Black Panther's a big one, man. It's been tearing up the box office charts.
Yeah, dude. Made almost Avengers money in its first weekend.
Yeah.
75.8 million, I think.
Yeah, it did very, very well. It's like one of the best reviewed movies of all time.
Yeah.
With the amount of reviews versus how many fresh and rotten.
Yeah. If you're into that.
It's crazy. It's a cultural phenomenon. You see a bunch of... everybody's tweeting about it. Everybody's...
Oh, yeah. It broke new ground.
It's... everybody talking about it. So we're here. We've seen it.
Yeah.
I saw it this week. You saw it... well, we actually both saw it opening weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it was a 3-day weekend. I saw it on Monday. So technically, opening weekend.
I did my typical midnight showing thing that I get stuck doing all the time.
And for years to come, Josh.
That's my Thursday night forever.
for the rest of time. Wasn't as you know, this is now the next weekend, but wasn't too worried about getting this one out early. Everybody's gonna fucking see it.
Oh yeah.
And but here's what we think about it.
Yeah.
So
maybe some spoilers. But...
yeah, we'll go ahead and just market spoilers. I have not enjoyed...
If you're at all worried about spoilers for a Marvel movie.
Yeah. The good guy wins. Spoiler alert.
God, could you imagine one where like Dr. Doom is victorious? No.
Like they would do it in a television show, obviously.
Yeah,
but
it would have to be one of those like you're getting 2 movies this year.
Yeah.
Part 1 and
part 2.
And part 2.
Yeah. I could see that in that case. Yeah, I could see them doing it, but and they're probably gonna have to. So let me, because like just to switch shit up. But let me tell you, Black Panther. I have not enjoyed a movie that was this flawed this much. Probably ever. Since
Interstellar?
No, I didn't. That's the best movie I didn't like.
Oh, that's right.
This is the worst movie that I've loved. Like, I borderline love this movie.
Okay.
But I don't know why. Because it tries to be all things. It tries to stick to the Marvel formula.
Yeah.
You gotta have... It's not even really an origin story, because
No, we technically got his origin in Civil War.
Yeah, and why he became king of Wakanda.
Yeah, you're kind of just getting the ceremonial.
But basically, you're just getting the history of a nation and of technology and of the world and all that stuff is what's different and what's really cool. But they don't go far enough into it. Then they don't go far enough exploring all of the characters. Then they don't go far enough in us caring about why the superhero aspect is cool. Mm-hmm. They explain his suit. They add one thing to it.
His new suit and his they don't really talk too much about the little juice box he drinks.
No. So they don't explore any aspect of this movie to the depths that I wish they would, and they kind of mash it all together. And for some reason, I enjoyed every last bit of it, and then at the end was like, holy moly, am I tired of watching these movies. The strangest feeling coming out of this movie.
Yeah.
Loved it and have nothing but complaints about it. What did you think about it, Josh?
Jesus. I thought I was going to be the one that was to say, you just said everything pretty much that I was going to say. I have seen all 18 of these Marvel movies. And you have as well. I've been to the theater for all of them.
Every single one of them.
And that is really starting to wear on me. Mm-hmm. I feel like I told my friend, like I've done my time. Mm-hmm. I've put the effort in. I feel like at this point in time, I can now pick and choose which ones I want to watch and which one in the theater. I'm gonna end up watching all of them. I'm not an idiot.
It's not like they come out at such a frequency that's like nauseating.
It's getting to the point because we're getting 3 this year.
That is true.
And it's just like it's starting to pick up pace and it's really starting to wear me down.
At this point, though, there's actually 2 different tiers of MCU movies. It used to be like the movies, the connected MCU movies, and then the television shows. And now it's like the Infinity War storyline, and then adding characters that have their own sequels and their own things going on that might show up for a bigger event. Mm-hmm. Crazy that now there's 2 different tiers.
Yeah.
So it's like it's getting to a point where like, oh my god. Like,
yeah. But and that really took away from the movie. Like you're saying, you loved it. I struggle to say that I liked it because it falls into the formula for me. I feel like and I've noticed this a lot, especially since Doctor Strange almost. There is almost a story it seems like the director wants to tell and the studio mandate, and it feels like they compromise in the center and both stories suffer for it so that everybody's happy. You don't end up with another Age of Ultron mess or anything like that. It feels like they try to meet in the middle, and I feel like both stories therefore come out very milquetoast. Mm-hmm. They don't accomplish either goal, and that really shined in this. That theory really shined through for me in this movie.
I feel like there's a bridge in the middle of this movie that either doesn't exist and needed to, or that they cut out for time.
Yeah. Everybody keeps saying that it breaks the Marvel formula and does a whole new thing, and I disagree.
And here's the thing, I agree with you that it does not. The problem is that the nature of the character is so much different that it has to be different out of necessity, but how they execute it is exactly the same.
The same, yeah. No, and that was what I was just going to say, because introducing Black Panther, you can't just do Black Panther. You have to. It's not just Tony's a guy in America, he's super rich, builds a suit, blah blah blah.
Super soldier.
Captain America, he gets Star-Lord, he's got a thing, and even Ant-Man and stuff, all that. What Doctor Strange, same thing. It's all kind of cut, copy, paste. With this one, you're introducing the nation of Wakanda, which we said. This is one thing that bothers me is everybody keeps saying no one's ever heard of Wakanda, but like we saw it in Age of Ultron. Mm-hmm. They had a seat on the UN and were instrumental in the whole story of Civil War.
It was in Civil War when they caught Crossbones. And then blew up Wakandan.
He blew up the embassy.
People that were somewhere. Yeah, it was an embassy or something like that.
Yeah.
The king was doing the Accords.
I mean, we don't know Wakanda proper. We know scummy Wakanda.
Yeah. Fake Wakanda.
Yeah. So we're introduced to real Wakanda in this, but you can't, and that's where I feel like people think it's breaking the formula because you're doing this whole culture thing and he's not the quippy guy.
Because the nature of the character isn't explore this guy's life and why he chose to become a superhero.
Yeah.
It's a whole entire culture.
Yeah, you're establishing a nation. Yeah, you're establishing a nation that has a super being as their ruler.
Yes.
And that's interesting, this movie makes me think of like when you're drawing, you start with basic shapes. And that's how I feel the whole movie is. It's got all the basic shapes, but it's not even a rough sketch. You get a little dab of Wakanda, and like this is the culture and tradition of Wakanda, but we're just asked to kind of accept that they have a lot of these archaic tradition mixed with this high science without any real explanation as to why. And I mean, you could make the argument that that's what the sequels are for. They're not going to do it in the sequels. That this is go. We've hit the gas pedal, and that's what's going on. And then you've got... everybody keeps talking about how great Killmonger is and how different a villain he is. He's the same villain. He didn't want one super weapon that helped him destroy everyone and conquer the world. He wanted many super weapons that helped him destroy everyone.
He had... the only thing that's different about... he's exactly the same. That's what I'm talking about. All the formula and plug-in shit is there, but it's like how it got there is slightly different, or out of necessity for the character being much different than what we've seen before, just makes it, and it just takes a longer path to get back to the plug-in formula. Yeah. For him, his motivations and his connections to the main hero of the story was like better than most.
See, I disagree, dude, because he's introduced very early on in the movie. He's like, you meet him almost immediately.
Yes.
And then he's gone. Mm-hmm. And then he shows up at the end, it walks into Wakanda and has all these issues. We should have got him walking into Wakanda immediately.
Yeah, I mean, you skipped over a gigantic bit there, but yeah.
Which gigantic?
Of like his story. Yeah, he comes back, and then we learn about him before he comes back.
That's true.
And that's a big thing. That's the main part of the story.
It's the main part of the story, but it doesn't take center stage. It should have been. That's what I'm trying to say. He should have been there almost from the beginning, and there's this culture clash of not culture clash. Is it culture? I don't think I'm using that word right. Where people want to adhere to their old traditions and stuff, which we don't really know a lot about, except that like he had to fight a guy to be king.
Yeah,
when he was already king. So we don't know a lot. But then there, we want to stay isolated. No, we need to open up our borders. There's not enough of that argument. The parts of the movie that I enjoyed the most was where he was king and sitting in that throne room and talking to his people, and where we're hanging out in Wakanda. And I wanted to... That's what the movie should have been all about, dude. And then with Killmonger, maybe we need to see him more out in the world and coming to Wakanda. But it should have been done much faster. I don't know, dude. I feel like you didn't need that boring-ass car chase.
No, that just was full of action.
And that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, you get the superhero movie plugins, and they lowered the quality of the story for me. Like, it didn't work for me at all.
No, absolutely. They could have cut things for other things.
We needed to get a bigger divide between the people that were with T'Challa and the people that were with Killmonger. Mm-hmm. There needed to be like an actual clash in the society. That shit got steamrolled over. Yeah, but it's just the whole Civil War conflict is between one guy who's mad at T'Challa and his boys, who just apparently follow him mindlessly, and T'Challa's boys and T'Challa's girls who will follow whoever's in charge. It seems almost, except like she had a personal attachment.
It was like the Royal Guard, and then he was the leader of of one of the 4 tribes that are part of It is breakneck through everything that could have been more interesting. And yes, when you have a 15-minute car chase that serves nothing. No. Other than like, here's one of his known villains, so let's just shove him in.
Exactly. Exactly, and it's odd because I feel like it's kind of the same complaint I had with Spider-Man: Homecoming, where you're asked to rely on entirely too much on source material that people may not be entirely familiar with.
Okay, but so do you know a lot of the source material? Because I know none.
No.
I will tell you that it was a lot of the bigger story beats were undercooked, and some shit was going way too fast. Yeah. But it didn't take away that I found it interesting, and then I was disappointed by it, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it was very interesting. It's just undercooked, and it didn't get to heights that it should have.
See, it would pique my interest, and then they just brush it aside. And I'm just like, oh, great, because they have to have, his suit has to blow up again or
because
something like that.
Because that family struggle and what he learned about his dad and blah, 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 like that all played back into him and what being a king meant to him.
Yeah, but it's not really fleshed out enough for me to say that I was interested enough or anything like that. And that's what I mean. It's just... It's all little dabs of stuff, and you're just asked to just believe it because, it's from the comic. So rely on it.
Yeah.
But
is it though?
That's a good thing because I get what you're saying because I don't know much about Black Panther at all. But I feel like that, I don't know, maybe that's the thing. It's just like I knew enough about Black Panther to know that more of this is obviously done in the comics. But like it's a movie,
Yeah.
I expect my story to be there while I'm there.
Yeah.
And there's not enough elements.
No, and I'm not disagreeing with you. Like I told you, it tried to be all things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it moved from things that I thought were cool straight into something else. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. It's just nothing felt earned. It felt like a lot was there just to move the plot along.
Mm.
That was my big thing. Like, I don't know. I didn't buy Killmonger as a real villain. He just seemed like he said things that were controversial and opposing to T'Challa because he was the bad guy and he had to do that. Like, I never really got him.
It was really less of him, to be honest. For me, it was less of Killmonger, like me not getting him as a villain, because it was more of we get the scene when he goes back to the spirit realm. T'Challa, when he goes back to the spirit realm and he talks to his dad.
Oh yeah.
When he's in the snow and he finds out he just talked to Forrest Whitaker and whatever.
Yeah.
And
why did you let the boy go?
And he confronts him and he tells him how fucking wrong he was and why they left him here and whatever. Then he goes back to his throne or whatever, however this happened. And I think this was before then. But I think this was after Forrest Whitaker told him. Then Killmonger comes into the throne room.
Yeah.
But that you hear how he thinks later. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But he's like, he comes in and he's just like, no, fuck this guy, get him out of here, fuck this kid. And I was just like, no, just like, hey, I know who you are, let's fucking talk.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Nothing seemed like, the conflict between the two of them doesn't seem like it's earned, and his anger at his dad doesn't really seem like it's all that earned, dude.
Yeah.
It's just, he's just like, he had one question, like, oh man, why did he do that? I wish my dad was a better guy. And then all of a sudden he's like, you fucked up and now I'm dead, and it's like, I
guess if you're just like, completely like, this is how it happened, and you took no emotion from any of the characters, that's fine, but because I'm just like, that was the best part of the movie.
Oh no, it is the best part of the movie. It just, I needed more meat on that bone, dude.
And this is the first time in a while where I'm not going to be a huge dick, like, oh, I knew exactly what was happening. Where I was just like, dude, it wasn't like pandering. I didn't feel like it was pandering to me or thinking I was an idiot when it went back and explained what that confrontation was about and the ramifications of that and stuff. I was like, wow, okay. Now they're off. Now he's like, get out of my throne room, and everything's going like this, and now they're fighting, and I'm just like, oh my god.
That's what I'm saying.
Not wrong.
It starts off like it's gonna build, and we're gonna build, and we're gonna get more of this between Killmonger and T'Challa thing. Where he's like, no, man, let's handle this like people, and he's just like, no, motherfucker, you're going to die. And stuff. Like, I never understood why his beef was with T'Challa and not with Wakanda. Because it should have been with Wakanda, not T'Challa personally.
I think T'Challa was just the guy he had to
the
get
figurehead,
to enact whatever weird plan he had.
But
I understood his plan.
There's not enough there for me to really get emotionally invested in.
No, he should have.
It starts like it's gonna go somewhere for me, and then and that was the whole movie. They do some stuff and then drop the ball, and I'm just like, fuck.
We should have got a lot more of him. Kind of how he was right at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, when he dies, where he was just like,
spoiler alert, a Marvel villain, not Loki, dies.
Yeah, he's like, nah, dude, fuck you, like, I'm still to my cause, like,
oh yeah,
you bested me, but fuck you, and it's just like, there should have been more of that. It was like, he was like, cool guy when he took that mask. I thought he was funny because he's like, I'm feeling this mask, and he just takes it. Then he's just like making out with his girlfriend and fucking just acting like a dick, and then he just shows up and he's just like, I'm here and this is all mine. And I'm like, yeah, we're jumping into your motivations way too quickly. We learn
way too quickly and way too late.
Yeah, we hear it way too late. We hear all the drama and all that's good, but you're right. It's just kind of like, bro, we should have got more of you and understood where you were coming from.
I almost kind of wish
instead of
that
just getting it explained to us in one fell swoop, and then just not understanding that you haven't grown as a person in 25 years.
Yeah, I almost wish that he had been the main character, like he was our way into Black Panther, more than T'Challa, because he seems. Yeah,
I'm gonna disagree with you, depending on where you're going.
Because
it's going to be controversial with you in particular.
He's kind of more relatable to me because, like, he's from our world. He's not detached, and he knows what it's like out here. They see everything through binoculars.
Yeah.
They're not really a part of it, and I really
That's why they tried with Lupita Nyong'o. Where she was just like, I'm out there trying to do shit because you all are in here.
See, and that's where I really wish that we had got more time in Wakanda dealing with this issue of do we open our borders or do we stay isolated?
Yeah.
That needed to be much more present, and you needed more of Lupita Nyong'o's voice. You needed more of Killmonger's experiences and his voice in that community instead of him just kicking in the door of the castle and being like, I'm the king now.
Yeah, and I don't want to script doctor or be a dick, but I feel like Lupita Nyong'o and Killmonger should have met and or something like he should have just made his way in kind of covert.
I think it would have been interesting if she had been on his side and realized the truth that he's just a very angry person. His cause is just there so he can hurt people.
And nobody was really on his side except for the dude from Get Out. I don't remember his fucking name.
Yeah.
His character or the actor, sorry.
Yeah.
And I know people love that movie.
Dude, you're really annoyed by people liking that movie, man.
I'm just like, oh, yeah.
You never even saw it.
I get it. It's a horror movie, but it's not terrible. Wow, let's throw a parade. So,
Jesus Christ.
So, anyway, and he wasn't really on his side. He was just mad about Claw. And then he's just kind of like, no, well, maybe I am a fucking dick. And, it's strange. So I don't.
Yeah. Why didn't he ever drop that bomb on him and be like, you realize he got away
because
I
of this
didn't
guy.
Get him because of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't like.
But that goes back to the Civil War problem. No one ever talks to each other.
No, it's like the one thing in Batman vs Superman that they did right. Where fucking Superman was like, hey, can you stop and can we talk this out for a minute?
Me? I'm here to talk to you. Yeah.
There is a problem. You're a pawn in somebody's plan. How about you stop hitting me with sinks and we talk about this?
No, I'm going to punch you tonight.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
Kryptonite
bomb. So yeah, I don't want to script doctor it, but it's like, you're right. You're right, that would have been interesting, but here's my thing with T'Challa, my good man. I guess you call it alter ego, whatever. But when they're not in their suit, it's all alter ego, even though it's
pretty much the same guy. Yeah.
He
never turns. His personality doesn't change when he puts that costume on. He's still
exactly.
The same guy.
He is the only guy who's like, all right, I'm a superhero. I'm gonna be cool, calm, collected. I'm going to think things through, except for that one time I talked about. Think things through, be pretty chill. I'm like, don't take things too serious. Like, the overall goal is kind of what I'm interested in, not doing cool superhero shit. He's not idealistic like Cap. He's not a fucking idiot like Tony. He's not a child like fucking Spider-Man. And then the rest of them aren't really even superheroes. No. It's kind of space pirates and what have you. And then a sorcerer. That's he's okay.
He's a wizard. He's a wizard.
I'm just like, that's very refreshing to me.
Oh yeah. No, don't misunderstand me. I'm just speculating that maybe it would have been an interesting twist where we're following the villain the whole time, but he seems like the hero until we find out that he's just batshit. You know. And we're getting sides to T'Challa dealing with his world and Killmonger dealing with this world, getting to it should have been split up more, is basically all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Equal amounts of character development, because Killmonger doesn't seem like a character to me. He's just villain of the week.
Yeah.
With some buzzwords and some catchy tones, you know.
I mean, that being said, too, I gotta go back to Civil War, where he was just like, no, fuck that guy. Everybody just wanted to kill Bucky.
Oh, yeah.
So he was guilty of that as well.
Yeah,
but he comes to that realization, though. He has that whole...
I was going to say, he has the best arc in Civil War, and in this movie, I feel like he didn't have an arc really at all.
And I'll agree that that's, not good for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But for a guy who's seen 18 of these, and it's just like, he's going to be around forever... I'm just like, the fact that he's the guy who's just kind of like, let's think this through for a bit. Let's not overreact. Let's be chill about things. He's not, dude, honestly, Cap gets on my nerves so much.
Because he's such an idealist.
Nah, we can't do that. Because I said it, I'm Captain America and everybody knows I'm right.
Already said my piece.
Dude, fuck you, man.
Already said my piece.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I get that. But I didn't get enough time for T'Challa to really be thinking it through. I needed a little bit more when he went into like that spirit world and talked to his ancestors
Every
and
single
stuff.
bit of this movie is good or coming from a good idea or a good place or it's doing something interesting and then it's undercooked and it does not live up to the potential of what it could have been.
No.
That's the movie in a nutshell. And either you're entertained by all of it enough or it bothers you enough to where you're like, eh.
Yeah, and I think I fall into the camp where it's like, I can't say it's a terrible movie because it's not a terrible movie. I just don't think I liked it that much.
Yeah. Another thing I want to get into, Josh, since I was talking about the alter ego, Black Panther, the superhero, is so terribly dull. He's just an invincible man in a suit.
Vibranium.
Who's invincible.
That's Cap. No, Cap's not invincible.
No.
Iron? No.
He can fall from the sky like fucking Bodhi. What is his fucking name? Rhodey. Yeah. And Bodhi is from Star Wars. So,
oh, God. Don't even get me started. Tony Stark in Iron Man 3 plummets to the ground in a dead suit.
Nothing happens.
He gets out of the suit, builds up a sled, and drags it for however long. Rhodey does it, though, and his spine snapped.
Yeah. Yes. Point is, you're right, it's very inconsistent. He had an older suit as well, so...
All right.
Maybe Tony had built that in, had thought of that.
Oh, yeah. Spine foam.
Just the dampenings, man. Maybe he had the same shit that was going
shock
on.
Absorbers in it.
Yeah, going on with, I don't know. But yeah, so it's like he is just like...
No, he's very...
Anybody can be me, and when I die, there'll be another one, and he'll just be another invincible... they know... The thing is the movie is so painfully aware of how dull Black Panther is. There's only one fight with Black Panther.
Yeah.
Every chance they get, this happens twice in the movie, they take his powers away to have a fight. Yeah. Because they know he's boring as hell.
Yeah.
So, this movie is so stupid. And I loved it. I don't get it. So, I understand where some people are less picky and as fucking jaded and stupid as we are, why they are just like, this is the best.
Oh, yeah.
I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, whoa. Hold your horses, guys. It's a fucking Marvel movie.
Yeah, pump the brakes. This is just the 18th Marvel movie.
Yeah. So, I mean,
a lot of people are talking about, it's a black superhero. And they're doing the same thing that they feel like they did with Wonder Woman, where they're not acknowledging that there have been black superheroes before.
Yes.
I regardless of your views on the quality of the pieces... He is not the first one. He is the most successful and honestly the most... No, because I like the second Blade. But there was Blade, there was Steel, and there's another one that my mind is... But Spawn.
Are we talking superhero or comic book movie?
Comic book superhero. Comic book movies. All of those are comic book movies.
I know, but I'm saying this is a superhero. Whereas, is Blade a superhero? He's like an anti-hero. Were those movies directed by a white guy?
I don't know.
Like,
okay,
there is
there
is a little bit going on.
I didn't know that needed to be at.
No. But I'm just telling you, there's a little, like, most people don't know that Ryan fucking Coogler did this movie. They don't fucking know that.
No.
So that's here nor there. But it's like, he's a superhero who does good. Like, Wesley Snipes was a jive fucking talking guy who killed people with a sword.
Killed vampires, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, you're right, but also...
Yeah, see, and that's where I get kind of iffy on my own argument, where I'm like, does Blade technically count? Steel was actually probably the most superhero of them all. But those movies
but you're right.
so crappy.
There should be an asterisk next to that.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's just...
People need to stop acting like this is a momentous occasion.
Yeah, it's just like, it falls into that whole, like, well, I've never seen it, and I've never heard of it, and I'm sure it was crap, so it didn't exist.
Mainstream, big studio, high budget. Fucking, you know, it's got a black director, and it's a really good director on top of that.
Yeah, Creed is a fantastic film.
Yeah, what's her name? From Wonder Woman,
Patty Jenkins.
Yeah, Patty Jenkins. She did a really good job.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But again, with that one, it's just like, again, regardless of your views on the quality of the movies before, there was Supergirl, there was the Wonder Woman show.
Yeah.
You know, let's not be ignorant.
Yeah,
is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no. There definitely needs to be an asterisk next to that. Major Hollywood, blah blah blah. Like, that I would buy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think we're specifically talking about the clickbait.
The clickbait articles and stuff like that.
And articles and stuff like that. That shit is like, calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself. Fucking, you know, I'm just trying not to get too wrapped up in where I stand on the Marvel never ending. These movies are always coming.
I know.
Especially when, like I said, there's almost 2 tiers of them now.
Mm-hmm. You got your B-rate superheroes, you got your A-rate superheroes.
Yeah, you got the main connecting line, and then maybe these guys will show up, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just kind of like, dude, you like movies. These movies are well made. If you get some stinkers, maybe start thinking about it. Yeah. About being like, ugh, these are kind of off the rails.
The lack of there being any real stinkers has caused me to feel like it's kind of stagnant.
Mm-hmm. No,
I don't feel like any of them are stellar, and I don't feel like any of them are bad enough for me to be...
The weirdest part is they're trying, but they're too afraid.
Yeah.
Because the last 3, or not including fucking Spider-Man, the last 3 have all been different.
Yeah.
Like, Guardians 2 went full retard with it, which was great.
Oh, yeah. They just went crazy.
Thor, like, dude, they got...
That's just... That is the first...
And it's just fun and funny and stupid.
It's a straight-up comedy.
Yeah, and it's weird and it's cool. And then this one suffers all the standalone, like, kind of first movie bullshit, but, like, the source material is so much different that, like, and the character's different, and why that character exists is so cool, that it felt different. But this one really made me go, wow, I'm watching the same fucking movie so much. Mm-hmm. And they were rapid paces.
No, and it's funny, dude, because it's like, you look at the soundtracks for this movie and Thor Ragnarok, where it's like they're trying to start trying something different, but we can't let it go completely. So we've still got that cut and paste Marvel soundtrack, but we've got like this really cool synth 80s style.
What did every frame of painting call it? Like the symphonic universe?
The symphonic universe.
Yeah, so you got that going on, and then it's like, then you get a Kendrick Lamar track.
Yeah.
And then you get some of this. And like, and
you get those really cool, like when he's fighting Killmonger and they got the African drums going and stuff. That stuff was awesome.
Super cool.
And then like that fades out.
And then he jumps or something.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
right back to
yeah.
So.
Yeah, but dude, and that's the thing, is like, I feel like they're still testing the waters with doing different things, you know, because I mean, Doctor Strange, he didn't punch the villain, he outsmarted him.
Yeah.
Guardians, purely character driven, crazy, off the wall, cosmic rapist villain. Cosmic magic. Doctor Strange again, crazy psychedelic magic. Thor Ragnarok, it's just a nonsense story space adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this one, dude, you get a bit of that political drama. Not enough for my liking. I wanted a little bit more because that was interesting.
Yeah.
But
and like I told you, part of the problem, except like Thor got the closest to not doing this. Part of the problem is they're all the set design. Like they use the same material for like a lot of floors and a lot of walls.
You know what's
and everything's
funny?
color graded the exact same.
Yeah, you know what's funny is
I feel like they're the same fucking
I was gonna say I feel like that street that we saw representing all of Wakanda, was just a repainted set from Thor Ragnarok. I feel like they just used that because they were filming on. They're over there in Studio A. Let's just bring it over to B.
Yeah, definitely. And
Okay.
like there was some stuff in Thor Ragnarok that looked a little different.
Yeah.
For a minute.
Yeah.
And then you go like back to all the interiors and the sets and all that, and they're all color graded the same fucking way. And you're not getting a Logan out of Marvel Studios.
I was just gonna say
I mean?
need something so drastically different than what's come before. Because like even Winter Soldier looks like an Avengers movie or something like that. Yeah, no, dude. Like I was gonna say, like maybe we need like a Zack Snyder muted color kind of change up to it. Just something. Give me something a little different, dude. Like you're saying, Logan. Logan is very raw and very gritty looking and everything, without being like moody and depressing.
Yeah.
And I would love.
I was very worried it was gonna be. I was not expecting. I don't know. I'm sure we talked about this in the episode. I was not expecting what I got out of Logan. I don't know. I feel like everybody else was in the know, and I was just kind of like, looks cool.
I thought it looked cool. I wasn't expecting to be blown away by cinematics and the coloring and the story and the acting and everything. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and fucking milk Logan again forever, but it's just. I would like to see. I need to see more of that in comic book movies in general.
Yeah.
I'm not interested at all in New Mutants.
No.
But I like the idea of what they're trying to do.
Yeah. No. I give Fox a little bit of props. Not that it's gonna last for that much longer, but
I was gonna say, what do they got? Well, dude, and like the risks they took with Deadpool.
Yeah. New one looks good too.
The new one looks amazing, dude. It's just, but again, like I feel like that one's got a bit of a samey look when it comes to the X universe, but just visually, but tonally, it's totally different than anything else.
Yeah.
Regardless of what anybody's views are, because I know a lot of people don't like the Deadpool, but I don't know, dude, and it worries me now that Disney owns everybody. And they're like, oh, we're not going to mess with those movies. I'm like, that's just seems like code for, you're never going to see anything like that.
You don't acquire a company and then like try to get rid of all the profits they make. So it's unlikely that they would be like, oh, fucking, we don't want to do that. But
I just get concerned, man.
For the immediate future, it's not really a concern. But yeah, it just. What can you do, man? Maybe when they wrap up Infinity War, we'll start getting a little different shit here. But it's like, they just committed for so long in the future. We're kind of getting towards the end of that.
It blows my mind that people are still excited for Thanos and Infinity War. The movie was teased like 20 years ago, man.
It's been a while.
It's been 9 years, 8 years, 9 years.
It's not like I've been riding the fucking hype train the whole time. You gotta understand that.
Oh,
but like now that it's happening, I'm like, this is quite the event. Like imagine back when that shitty Incredible Hulk movie came out. If you're like, dude, and then they're going to do Infinity War, it's going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy and Black Panther and Spider-Man, and you're just like, my mind would be blown. But like now that it's like, this is the status quo, the world we live in, you're like, wow, that's a lot of fucking characters, and fucking, I don't know how this movie's going to go.
I don't either. Yeah. It's just, I mean, I saw the trailer for it, and I didn't really give a shit. I was just like I had this brief moment of like, oh my god, finally. just like relief, which I still feel like, oh my God, it's finally happening. Thank God. And then in the back of my head, I was like, it's finally over. And then I was like, no, it's fucking not.
No.
You're an idiot. And then I was like, fuck. And then I was mad again. And then I went and saw Last Jedi with my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw the Infinity War trailer. And he made me excited. Because he's just like, Thor, they're in the same movie.
Yeah.
The Thor and the Guardians, which are his two favorites. And he's like, Spider-Man, oh my God. And he's just like screaming in the middle of the theater. And I'm like, shh, buddy, calm down. You know, and he's so excited. And I'm just like, I wish I could feel like
it's like what I was talking about earlier. I was just like, people who, I'm like, I loved it, and people who aren't jaded, stupid assholes like us, when I talk about it on the internet, like, they're probably like, this shit is lit. And they were looking at Infinity War like, holy shit. One thing I'll tell you is when, dude, I was talking as the people, Josh. I was talking as them. One thing I'll tell you, which, buckle up, there was a lot of weird, excited people in my theater, but I'll tell you what they weren't getting excited for. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oh, yeah. I actually got booze in mine, dude. And it wasn't just the guy I went to see the movie with. My friend was just like, he looked at me and out loud, went, that's a big no, am I right? And then like some dude down in the other end was boo, boo. And I'm like, holy shit, people are mad about, I thought, because like I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, it looks alright, I guess I'll see it. You know, and then like the reaction was kind of positive on the internet, and then I went and saw the movie in the theater and these dudes were booing, dude.
Yeah. You have the crowds you go see these movies with, you go and see a Marvel movie on opening night, whatever. I'm talking about general populace.
Oh, excuse me. I forgot, dude. I forgot. I went with the geeks and freaks,
yes.
And you went with Joe Public.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The reaction the same. There was no booing, but nobody seemed to give a shit. Yeah, I'm a little worried for that movie. Hopefully, God, Disney, how will they make any money? Because I don't know if we've been over this on the podcast. Like, our thoughts are pretty.
I don't think we've talked about it. We're middle of the road.
I was very interested. I love the Lego movie. I liked the 21 Jump Street movies.
Yeah.
And I thought Chris Miller and Phil Lord, or Phil Miller and Chris Lord, I can't fucking remember. I thought Lord and Miller. I thought that I think they're good filmmakers. I think they're funny. And I was very interested to see what they were going to do with what I thought was a very bad idea for a movie.
Yeah. Because you were talking a lot about it when they were attached. You were very excited that they were attached.
Yeah.
And then they got unattached, and ever since then, you've had nothing but bad things to say.
I'm just like, oh no, what are they going to do? Blah, blah, blah. I saw the big game teaser, whatever they fucking called it. The TV spot.
Yeah, with the Super Bowl.
It was just like, fucking Empire. Oh no. And all that. And I was like, oh fuck. Oh god, this is going to be the worst. Trailer came out the next day. Watched it. And it was just like, alright, that looks kind of fun. And I was just like, in my mind though, he doesn't remind me of Han Solo.
No, he looks nothing like Han Solo.
So, and it's just such a bad idea. Like, Han is his own guy. They made him kind of lame in Jedi, and they brought it back in Force Awakens. Like, the character is solid all the way through. We don't need to see young Han Solo. Then again, I was thinking about it, and people loved young Indiana Jones, so I don't... the
TV series?
People are fickle. So,
the TV series, yes. And the 15-minute spot with River Phoenix?
Yeah. Anyway. But I'm just like, this just looks like a fun bullshit...
It does look like a cool, heist movie.
Yeah, heist movie, or just people, just dumbasses fucking their way up through an idea, or it just looks fun, and I hope that it is, but it's probably going to suck.
I don't know, man.
But the fact that,
you were so incensed with that teaser. You were just like, oh, just watch it. Oh, just watch it. Dude, and then I watched it, and I was like, yeah, that's about what I expected. And you were, mad at me for not being pissed almost. You looked so mad that I was just like, that's what I expected. You're just like, no! wow! And I was like, okay,
it's
calm down.
much worse.
And then, like, I talked to you the next day, and you were just like, hey, man, you seen it? It looks alright. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, it does! Because, like, they changed up. They're like, I'm Han Solo. I'm a fucking badass. And I was just like, oh, yeah, that's actually pretty dope. And then he's like, look, I'm fucking watching my buddy Han fucking play cards with this motherfucker. And I'm like, dude, the guns are going to be drawn. Like, I want it to be a weird... Like, dude, I'm honestly, you want to know what it is? I'm like, this needs to be Firefly. Like, I feel like they just needed to watch Firefly and then just make that but official Star Wars.
So, Serenity?
Yeah.
How about I just watch Serenity?
That's fine. But also, Serenity is just okay. Firefly is great. Serenity is just
Serenity
okay.
is just, yeah, but I'm just like, wait a minute.
You look like you were about to be like super angry.
No, not like that. I was just like, wait a minute. You're talking the praises. You're saying that this looks really fun and really cool, but you're saying Serenity's just okay.
And I'm saying like established universe and things with Han Solo. But the problem is, I don't want it to be Han Solo.
No.
And
I would rather not even just Firefly. I would rather it just be random space adventure.
Exactly, and not even because.
Well, that's
I think they're gonna ruin Han Solo or blah blah. Like, I don't care about that. It's just
you still have the original trilogy. Yeah. Fucking don't give me that. Ruined my childhood.
Exactly. Shit. It's just because I don't want it to be. We have to do all of the things that are Han Solo.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have the Kessel Run, and then he's gonna win it in the card game from Lando.
They're gonna make a story out of his vest.
And then it's gonna be like, how did he get his
jacket.
blaster?
Yeah.
If they don't do that and the movie's good, like, it has potential to be like, all right, keep these coming. Because for, like, right now, Rogue One sucks so hard in its own special kind of way, which is kind of good.
Dude, I feel like that was the first breath you've taken in a while, dude. You're almost flummoxed.
Dude, I never get to talk about Star Wars because we're always busy talking about things that matter.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is endlessly talk about Star Wars, like the people everybody makes fun of.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, dude,
Don't let him fool you. He never shuts up about Star Wars.
No, I know. And I've been holding it back for the old podcast arena. And it's, dude, we're almost there, man. We're only a few months away from that shit. So if it's good, cool. If it's bad, whatever. Dude,
see, like,
par for the course.
Like you're saying with the whole, like, you almost wish it was just a random space adventure. That's how I feel about a lot of things. Where I'm just like, why does everything have to be something we already know?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And I know that like that was the problem with Blade Runner. Almost, dude, it was brand recognition and nobody gave a shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know. It's so many people are doubling down on all these brands that we recognize and we already know, and it sucks, dude. Like they're talking about they're in talks to reboot Indy again. And I'm like, no,
it's already happening.
You don't have to do that. Make something like Indy. You know, like you don't have to make a solo movie to make a space adventure. Yeah. You don't have to make another indie movie to make an indie type.
Well, they are
movie.
making Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider's coming out next month?
Soon, I don't know.
End of the month, next month, something like that.
Whatever.
But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I'm getting tired of. You know, the next Star Wars movie, the next Marvel movie, the next DC movie. I would love to see more that's just like an original type of, you know.
They'll make it. It'll happen. And then nobody will watch it. And it'll be a cult classic.
No. And
it'll be a cult classic that everybody talks about 10 years from now. And then they talk about rebooting and then they never do or whatever.
Yeah. Like, no. And see, what you're saying is what I know. And it just makes me sad, dude. It really pisses me off, dude, because, like...
I agree, and it's just like the new Star Wars is so young now. Like, they put Rogue One and fucking a new trilogy, like, into production immediately.
Yeah.
And now that they've had some time to breathe, I'm hoping they're like, okay, we need to find our way, because it's not like how we organically grew Marvel and then got scared to ever break that formula.
Yeah.
Like, they need to try to do new shit. And I'm hoping that Solo is good, and I'm hoping that it has nothing to... Like, dude, Rogue One was too tied into it ended with the beginning of the first Star Wars.
Which it didn't need to do.
No. And we were so excited. We're talking about, like, oh man, it's this is like right off the heels of Force Awakens. We're like, man, like no Jedi stuff, no this, no that, just fucking dudes out there doing their army shit. It's like, nah, that was like second fiddle to being like, how do we close a loophole that never existed and get fucking Darth Vader in there and have 14 villains and a Death Star? And I was just like, oh my god, this sucks.
See, I feel like the Death Star was the only thing making an appearance that I wasn't bothered by. Like, they had to test
yeah, of course, yeah, that was all fine. And the movie itself isn't actually all that bad.
No, we've rewatched it and had a good time, but it's still
in the proper context.
It's still a bad movie.
I like the trajectory that the main saga's on. Some people have problems with it. Some people also just hate everything.
Yeah. It's somebody once said that everybody just can't wait to hate Star Wars these days. Yeah. And like, I have problems with Last Jedi. I have a lot of problems with Last Jedi, but it's still a decent Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Exactly, and it's like, fucking, what are they going to do? It makes me wonder, like, what are they going to do next?
It's one in the 65 Star Wars movies we're going to get.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It suffers the same problem as, like, this is never going to end.
Yeah.
But it's like they're young enough now where they can like, try to avoid some of the same mistakes.
They can start to try to right the ship or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like with these standalones. And they've already announced 6 movies.
Yeah.
2 trilogies that are going to be by one creator, hopefully. Not for both of them, but, 2 people.
One apiece, yeah.
One apiece. And so, a lot of this is like, please let Solo be good.
Yeah.
And what sucks is it's like production nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, hopefully...
But like, the more I've looked into that, like, how much of that is any press is good press?
And they're talking about like, oh, they had to reshoot so much, and everybody's just like, I don't think they really reshot that much.
Yeah. Well, and then they hired an acting coach, just ended up being Harrison Ford giving tips to what's his face. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although I did like the joke that the joke I made that the acting coach was for Donald Glover, because they were like, stop acting like you're half asleep all the time. It's not cool.
Yeah. Haven't heard him speak yet, except for going, huh? But that shot of him with his cards, I'm just like, that's my boy. He just smiles and he's doing his thing to the robot, and I'm just like, dude, he looks dope. So hopefully he's acting well.
Well. What do we have here?
Yeah, that's my short, pointless rant on that. That just ends with, I hope it's good.
Yeah.
Expect a review of that. Not opening night like we did for The Last Jedi.
No.
We'll probably see it the next day. I don't know.
Yeah, next day. Sometime.
That weekend. We'll have it out to you.
Weekend that week, something like that, yeah. Yeah, man.
But I'm just excited, like... I'm like other side of the fence, like where I am with Marvel, where I'm just like, yes, there were 6 Star Wars movies when we started this, but in my mind, I'm like, we're just starting out, man.
There was like a breather.
Yeah,
between the first 3, the second 3, a breather.
As a breather.
The second 3, and then when it started up again, like. There was a point in time where I was like, they're never going to be able to fix that, because Star Wars kind of sucks right now.
Mm-hmm. And Star Wars was over.
For the most part, yeah.
It was done.
It existed.
It was a video game.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was video games and cartoons. Mm-hmm. And, like, the video games were dope. Like, Knights of the Old Republic, parts of the Old Republic MMO.
SWTOR,
yeah, they were pretty cool. But, like, I loved Knights of the Old Republic.
Right?
Oh, God, 1313. That makes me sad all day, dude. I was very interested in that game. But no, it's just, like, whereas Marvel, they hit the ground running, almost, dude. They did Iron Man, and it was super duper successful. And then they kind of, Fury was just introduced as, hey, Fury's here. Maybe S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up,
They were literally just hoping to...
They were just showing the things
to be exist. Like, hey, guys who really enjoy this, here's a little bit of a taste.
Exactly. They were just like,
we're here for you.
Maybe, I think that the way I saw it was that S.H.I.E.L.D. was just going to exist in some form within the Iron Man films that they were going to inevitably do. And then Tony showed up in Hulk.
The Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division.
Well done. You always remember that. It always blows my mind. And then
I remember
Tony,
fucking what was his name? Wade. What was it in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? What was the bad dude who was good at first? The Hydra guy. What was his fucking name?
Bill Paxton.
Ward. Ward was like, they were like, what does that mean to you? And it was like in the previews for the show, and I thought when I thought I was gonna suck, it was just like, it sounds like somebody really wanted our initials to be S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's a good joke. But and then like Tony showed up in Hulk, and I was like, they're doing something here, and then it turned into what it turned into, and like that was when everything was so exciting for me. And then I've said it before, like how I felt after like Age of Ultron and going forward and stuff. I'm never gonna see the helicarrier take out of the water again.
It's crazy, man.
That's never gonna be a thing again for me. And it sucks, dude, because like so many movies later, I'm just tired now. And I would love to recapture that excitement and that interest that I once felt.
Came out in May, Avengers did, in May. So like in February, I remember like we had just started kind of hanging out more, and it's like, oh man, that shit looks fucking cool, dude, blah, 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 blah. Like, man, it looks super cool. And then you told me, like, bruh. Because I saw it like the first discount Tuesday.
Yeah.
You saw it opening night, and it's like, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I don't believe you.
Dude, I have been waiting since childhood for that to happen, dude.
When saw it was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, dude, that shit. Dude, oh man. And it sucks, dude, because it's just like, as it goes along now, I'm just like, I don't even care. And it sucks saying that, dude. And it was real. That was my main issue with this last Black Panther movie and it's no fault of the movie, really. No. I'm just like, I don't fucking
Again, you're not
care.
wrong, and I'm with you on it. And this is advice for both of us. Perhaps we should just stop being such dickheads. And maybe just be like, hey, the other 54 weeks out of the year, I'm not going to see one of these movies.
Yeah.
So I think I could probably make this.
I think what it boils down to is like I've kind of become like a stick in the mud, and I'm just like, I'm not going to see that movie. I don't want to see that movie. Well, back in the day, I used to devour movies.
Yeah, no, but I've been giving you shit about this since we fucking met, where I'm just like, you're so brave, Josh. Disney is like, what have we done wrong? Josh is like, fuck you guys. And we're like, how did we lose him?
Ryan, I'm going to kick you in the dick.
Like,
you know how much I fucking hate it when you say that.
I'm a man of principle. That's 7 minutes of my life I'll never get back. I was like, yes, you could have been curing cancer. Like I am free of sin.
And it's just like, it's to the point where, like I said earlier, I just feel like I am able now to go, no, I'm not going to see that one. I'm probably not going to see that one. I will go see Ant-Man and Wasp. Like it's just like the ones that are always going to get me are like Thor, Guardians, and Ant-Man. I think they're the most fun. And if Cap ever gets his own movies back, I'll definitely probably check out a Cap movie.
They probably just stopped, man. You want to know why? Because like Winter Soldier, you just can't beat that.
You can't beat Winter Soldier.
Right now, it's not my favorite. It's my second favorite. But right now, it's seriously like the most standout film of all of them. Like,
oh yeah,
as not being like the cut by numbers Marvel movie. It's the only one.
No,
it's the only one.
It's kind of a Mission Impossible type of espionage film where it's more actiony, but it's still
by being so superhero-y. It's like it's still not the paint by numbers fucking bullshit. They'll probably just stop doing them.
That sucks.
They can't, Josh. Not yet. Next one, Taskmaster, my man.
Ryan, you need to let that hope go.
Taskmaster!
You need to let that hope go, my bro. He's never showing up.
Taskmaster.
Never showing up.
He has a bow and arrow, a sword, and a shield. Dude.
And a skull mask.
Bro, Wakanda is opening its borders. He gonna get himself a shield. Not to mention, where's Cap's other shield?
He gave it back to Tony.
Oh, no, he just dropped it on the ground or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't think Tony took it with him.
He obviously did.
I doubt it. No, Taskmaster took it.
Ryan, you have you doubt that Tony, who was there, didn't take the shield, which he said, you can't take that belongs to my dad. didn't take the shield, but this random man walked into that base and was like, "This looks pretty cool," and took it with him.
Taskmaster. He's real and he's super cool.
He is really cool.
Also, but at the same time, they already ruined it in Civil War when we had Crossbones, but never have seen Taskmaster. But, bro,
have you thought of a way to retcon this?
Hydra's still around, and we know that the strike team was trained. Like, Hydra was all in the strike team.
Oh, yeah. Hydra was the strike.
We don't know who was heading that strike team.
Or who was training him, because he's not Hydra. He was just a man for hire.
I know, but I'm just in the world, in the MCU world.
Oh, yeah. There's only one villain company.
Crossbones was trained by Taskmaster.
Yes, he was.
Which means that Taskmaster was probably head of the strike team. I don't know what happened when the fell, but...
Triskelion.
The Triskelion. But he out there. He probably has the shield that was in the water, which we never found out why he got it back in the first place. Because Age of Ultron was just fucking great.
I'm so proud of you right now. like I'm not even being sarcastic. Every time you go off about your Crossbones and Taskmaster knowledge, I'm like, I feel like I helped in that.
Because Taskmaster is so cool.
I just remember you asking me randomly about it, but I was like, it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And you were just like, oh, I love him.
Yeah, he's cool. He needs a goofier... Like, dude... He needs a goofy villain ever since Red Skull. Like, because Red Skull hasn't come back.
Red Skull's never coming back.
Yeah, so it's like, dude. No.
He's not Loki.
Yeah, give him a goofball fucking villain again, man. Mm-hmm. You never know.
Or Nebula. Do we count Nebula as a villain?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So, Black Panther. Go see it.
Yeah, go see it.
Everybody's going to see it. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's not like our opinion really matters.
No, like I said, this is just
the 18th Marvel movie. Please enjoy.
The only one where I tried to get it out there quick was for The Last Jedi, and I regret doing that. Yeah, this podcast has always kind of
talked about that on our best and worst of 2017.
Did. Yeah, this podcast has always kind of been the friend simulator. That we're not concise reviews. Mm-mm. We're just talking about the movie.
Just ramble.
Yeah, it's just talking about the movie. So it's for people to listen to and either be like, they're so wrong, or oh yeah, like I like that, or like, oh, somebody else who thinks like me, or that's interesting. That's how I listen to movie content.
Oh yeah.
There's certain reviewers that I listen to before a review comes out. They're 3 minutes long.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
We cannot do that. We're incapable.
No.
We can't even get through our opening things before we start interrupting each other and start fucking talking about the last half of the movie.
Yeah, where we're talking about Black Panther and then suddenly go on a bunny trail about how great Logan was again.
Logan, man, that was a good movie.
We're just gonna do it again.
Yeah. You know what else was a good movie, Josh?
What?
Fucking Logan's Run.
You've never seen Logan's Run. Don't tell me you like Logan's Run. You've never seen it. I won't let you Superman for this conversation.
Bro, I've seen enough.
I've seen enough. You haven't suffered as I have suffered. Don't you dare try to pretend to be like me.
Fair enough. You want to cover a little movie news really quick, actually, Josh? I don't know if you know this. Whedon stepped away from Batgirl.
Did he?
But this is on the heels of
everybody hating him for Justice League,
and he cheated on his wife, and
I heard about that.
And they're like, "Oh, should we have a guy who cheated on his wife in this climate direct a female superhero movie?"
Oh my god!
Especially with the success of Black Panther, so I don't. It's all hearsay.
Okay, yeah, but it's just the whole cheating on his wife thing. Fucking, did anybody really care that Clinton cheated on his wife?
No, it's not the same thing. It's not like a Weinstein situation at all.
Yeah.
It's just, but I don't know. It's really weird. Somebody made a comment about it. Good riddance. And Zack Snyder liked that post. And I'm like, oh god, the drama.
Here we go. The shade thrown he ruined it. Well, I heard that the director's cut is back on.
Dude, it's never going to happen. There's also rumors that Snyder, what happened is real.
Oh yeah.
And it's a tragedy.
Oh yeah.
But from what I heard, he was fired before he decided to step away.
Really?
Yeah.
They need to get rid of Goyer, too, now.
So I don't think he's involved anymore. I don't know. Honestly, it ended with Justice League. Justice League was good enough.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, I want to see a Wonder Woman sequel.
I'll come back for Wonder Woman.
But it's like, I don't care about the Batman. I don't care about Green Lantern. I don't care about Joker. I don't care about Venom.
Joker doesn't even matter.
Not them. Just throwing it out there. I don't care about Venom.
Venom looks so bad.
They don't have any of the movie. No. Like, that's the thing. I can't even say it looks bad.
No, dude, well,
they literally just didn't show anything.
That's like I told you from that trailer. I was like, it looked like that was just on-set recording of a stunt.
I forget what the term is. I always want to say BTS, which is it's behind the scenes, but there's actually another word for
set
it.
Photography or something like that. That's not it either.
Yeah.
But that's close to what it is. But yeah, that did not look like it was from like a theater cut or anything like that.
It wasn't really color graded or
anything.
anything.
It's just. It looked so fake.
Yeah, they had like 4 shots in the movie, and they had him do like a voiceover. And they're like, "Oh, release it!"
Like I love.
We need to get it out before Black Panther.
The thing that I love the most about the trailer is Tom Hardy doing his best Tobey Maguire impression, and I'm like, "That's not Eddie Brock,
dude." See, I know so little about Venom. I didn't even realize Eddie Brock was Venom. So I know both of them.
Yeah.
Didn't realize they're the same guy.
Yeah.
So there's that. Yeah. This has been the Mighty Fish Podcast. Find us on Twitter at Mighty Fish Pod. We post there. It's honest. You can email us.
Yes.
mightyfishpodcast@gmail.com. Any questions, concerns, comments you may have. We are on Mighty Fish Productions on YouTube. We shot Classic Ketchup.
We did.
It's coming. We have to reshoot it.
We have to reshoot it. There was a problem with the video.
Don't worry about it. We look forward to that.
Somebody didn't press record.
We look forward to that. Also, look for us on Twitch. We're at Mighty Fish Productions there as well. Follow our Instagram. It's Mighty Fish. I don't know. It's not there. So
that went well.
Yeah, I've had a very good time talking about this movie. That's one positive. This has been a fun time.
It's been a good time.
Not that I loved the movie. That's one positive. Loved it. But also I got to talk about it. No, I've missed doing this. The Dark
the drive
Ages
sucks, dude. The drive sucks.
Our last couple have been very
listicle.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say produced. That's not what I want to say.
Although I like
scripted. They were very. I like doing them. It was cool.
We should do more of them.
And we learned from them for trying to do future specials. But they're very scripted and produced. And this. It's been a while since we've been able to go off the cuff. So I enjoyed doing this. We're back, baby.
We're back, baby.
We'll probably the next movie we'll talk about is probably Annihilation. To be completely honest,
it looks pretty dope.
I mean, I'm gonna see it. I
think Natalie Portman firing an assault rifle looks really funny.
She looks weird. I'm not buying her, but we'll see how it is. People say it's good, but maybe before the Oscars, which is soon. Maybe before the Oscars, we'll talk about we're not going to do predictions. Don't worry about that, Josh. We're going to talk about some of the movies that we've seen that pertain to the Oscars because we actually just watched one, but I didn't really want to talk about it in this episode.
No.
I've seen more than Josh.
You have not.
Oh, I have.
I've seen way more than you.
What have you seen?
Oh.
What are the best picture noms? Actually, we've seen the same because you've seen Get Out. Bye!